So what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's one other pair in some venue where I've lost them. But these 10 drumsticks I bought back in September, and I've been using them ever since. So we'd say about 8 months of solid enough use, maybe a little break at Christmas, but yeah, the lifespan of the 10 drumsticks has come to an end 8 months later, which is pretty good. This is the 5B Hickory ProMark Rebound white drumsticks, and this is the first time I'm actually not going to recommend you pick up a pair of ProMarks, because I really like ProMark, not endorsed by them, but I just think they're a great drumstick, and this is one that I wouldn't advise you to get. But let's talk about the drumstick. So we're talking 16 inches from the tip down to the butt. That's fine. That's kind of normal, what you'd expect for a 5B drumstick. The reach in it is fine. When you go to the taper, you're talking 3 inches. They say it's a long taper, and it's pretty long, but it does stay chunky. It doesn't go immediately very thin. The Rebound is where this is all at, and the taper helps with that, because they say there's a lot of weight in the bottom part of the stick, which helps for the rebound. Now I found, and what I prefer in a drumstick, is weight to be more at the front, so that when you throw it down there's more weight guiding it, so that the stick does more of the work. Whether for this, yes, the Rebound is fantastic, you throw it down and it comes back up, but it just seems very light there, so it feels like I have to do more of the motion to put it in to get the rebound back out, which by the way is great if you're in big band or jazz and you're really fast swinging. I never felt anything like this drumstick in terms of how fast it was coming back to me. But when I was doing some of the technique stuff on the pad, or I was just messing around on the snare, it just felt a little bit different. I did a review on ProMark's Pro Rounds, and they're very top heavy, which I prefer, because like I explained there, throwing down the drumsticks, it comes back a little bit, it's a little bit less effort. But when I'm going fast, this was a way better rebound. So if you're going really fast, these may be better, and going by the name Rebound, they would be probably better being bottom heavy stick, being down the bottom more heavy and lighter at the top, as opposed to something like what I just talked about there, the Pro Rounds, being a little bit more heavier on the top. But again, that's something that you're just gonna have to pick up and feel and find out what's right for you. On the tip, they have the acorn. Now, acorn tips are my favorite. I did a video on how you can make your sticks last longer. And from experience of reviewing loads of drumsticks and trying them out, acorn, in my opinion, are the ones that you get most longevity out of it. I love an acorn tip. Out of the 10 pairs that I have there, that's 20 drumsticks in total, only 5 of the tips were damaged. So that's pretty good. As far as I'm concerned, once the tip of a stick is chipped, that's the end of the life of the stick. Because if you have a tip that's chipped, and I've said that in that video, you throw it on the drumstick, it's gonna not directly, you have a good chance that it's not gonna come directly back up into your hand. It might go slightly to the left, slightly to the right, whatever. But if it's perfect and it stays intact, well then the 90% of the time the stick is going to come directly straight back to you. So that's the reason why I think the tip of the stick is really important. This has the acorn tip, so you're good there. The problem with this drumstick is this paint, and the paint is obviously something when I saw these I was like, oh, I really want to have a pair of white drumsticks. I've actually for a number of years wanted to find a right pair of white drumsticks, and I've never actually found it, and I've come to the conclusion after this stick that I'm just not going to find it. This is a water-based paint that they have over it. It's non-toxic, all that good stuff for the environment. But when you put it in your hand, now that's where it starts changing. It gives you too much grip. It sticks to your hand. And the problem I found with it was right here on my pinky. So when I was holding the drumstick and I was playing, I started getting calluses down on my pinky on that side. And believe me, it's not because I was holding too strong onto that side or down below here on the drumstick. It was simply because of the finish on the drumstick. I even put it down to the fact that I wasn't doing much drumming because of what happened in 2020 and 2021, that my hands were getting hardened to actually playing on the drumstick, but it just continued happening. And it's because of the paint job on this. It doesn't feel right. It's not squishy like rubber, but that's how it feels in the hand. It feels like there's wood underneath rubber, but not squishy. Another perfect example is here's Thomas Lang's Vicfert drumsticks. The exact opposite, when I reviewed these, the exact opposite happened. When you're holding on to these drumsticks, they feel like a bar of soap. Whatever finish is on it, I can't remember, but I have done a review on it. But it feels like a bar of soap. It becomes very, very slippy. This is the exact opposite of this. So there's no, seems to be no happy medium with any of these drumsticks. The paint did come off on the Thomas Lang ones, but not nearly as fast as it came off on the ProMark one. And I was expecting it to go over my cymbals and stuff, but it will, remember, it will go over the cymbals, and it will also go over your hands, and it will also go over your clothes that you're wearing. Little chips of white everywhere. Even sometimes I was picking it out on my face driving home. So it's just an inconvenience, and that's something that you have to know about picking up these drumsticks, and that's the reason why I can't recommend them. In terms of if you just picked up the ProMark 5B Rebound without this finish, pretty good drumstick, I'd highly recommend it. But with the finish that's on these, yeah, I can't recommend it to anybody. Trust me, don't pick it up. If you're curious, pick up one. Don't pick up 10 like I did, buying in bulk. So just if you're very curious and you want to try out a white drumstick, buy one pair and see how you get on. See, do you notice anything that happened to me? In terms of the feel, that's what ruined it. When you're starting to get callus on your baby finger, I just it wasn't comfortable. The stick heated up, and it didn't feel right at all in my hand. And even 8 months later now, I don't like picking up the drumsticks, and I'm glad that the 10 of them. I've still got one left here that I do some teaching on, but I'll be bringing this out, using this up, so I can move on to the next drumstick. Anyway, I hope that helped. If you have any questions and if you think I haven't answered anything, let me know down in the comment section. Other than that, make sure you hit the like button, comment on anything, and subscribe if you haven't. Guys, take it easy. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Guys, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you like what you've seen here today, you can see a lot more videos. Just click on any of them here on the screen.